stuck with it. Nothing really that special.
Very special.
Sorry, very special.
What's up, guys? It's Kat and Dev from Two Mark Girls. Welcome back to another video. Doing another thing that we haven't done in a while, and that's a Q&A.
Yeah. I mean, last time I think we tried to do, which was like years ago, we didn't get a lot of questions.
So we just stopped asking.
So yeah, we stopped doing this type of thing. And then we decided, hey, let's ask again. Maybe we have a little bit more followers now. Maybe people have more questions, and they did.
So here we are.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go through each of the platforms I asked it on, and we'll just go through the questions in no particular order.
Okay. And we're just gonna snack as we go too, right?
Yeah, we just have food here, so we'll probably be eating throughout this.
Leftover foods from previous videos.
Okay, so I think this is a great question to start with. Zoe on Instagram asks, how did you guys meet?
Well, it's a wonderful story. A real meet cute, you know?
Yeah, we were like in the grocery store, but like each other.
We both grabbed for the same soy milk.
Obviously, none of that is true. Was I vegan when we met? I wasn't, right?
No, because it was high school.
I mean, I had a point in high school where I was vegetarian, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, I definitely wasn't, though. Mm-hmm. We met in high school in grade 9.
Yeah.
We had math together.
Yeah, that was our first class together. I don't think we became friends until gym class together.
That was like, yeah, but that was grade 10, right? Or was it second semester, grade 9?
No, I think it was grade 10.
Yeah, so like we knew each other in grade 9. We had similar classes, a couple, or maybe just math. I don't really remember, but we didn't become friends. We had some mutual friends. I lived on the street as like a mutual friend of Devin's as well. And then we just kind of became friends more so grade 10 onwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that would have been over 10 years ago?
When were we in 2000? Wait, when did we start grade 9?
2007?
2007, so 2008. That's more than 10 years ago.
12?
That's 12 or 13 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 13 years ago come like end of this year.
I feel like I barely know you.
It's so long. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so yeah, there's not really anything special. We just kind of started hanging out through mutual friends.
And never stopped.
Yeah, I never stopped. And the next question is, did you guys go to the same university? So yes. Both times.
Yeah.
So, like, in a way, it's weird. So we both went to the same university initially, not in the same programs. We both went to Ryerson University in downtown Toronto. Devin for psychology.
Yeah.
And myself for business. So we did go. We didn't really, I don't think we actually hung out that much, even though we were at the same university.
Because I started a year there before you.
Yes.
And
I did like a victory lap in high school. I did an extra year.
Yeah, and so there was a little bit of overlap, and then I didn't finish my degree and I left.
Yeah. So we kind of went to the same university, but like it wasn't really a benefit to like our friendship. Like, I don't know, that doesn't like that's a weird way to say it, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it didn't change anything about our friendship in any way. We hung out outside of university mostly.
So I do remember when we were looking at universities, we were discussing a lot about going to the same university up north.
Yeah.
And living at Devin's cottage.
Oh, good times.
And then you went to a college after that, and then Devin finished, and then I went to that college afterwards, like a couple years later.
While I was working at that college.
Yeah, so we have a lot of overlap, but not necessarily like, I don't know. We hung out definitely more when I went to college while you were working at it.
Yeah.
And then someone else asked, did you study something in uni? So
debatable.
Mentioned it previously. When we both went to university, I studied business and you studied psychology.
I attempted to study psychology, yes.
Yes. But then we both went back to school.
Mm-hmm.
So Devin, what did you study when you went to college afterwards?
I did a 2-year program in interactive media design.
Okay, and then I went to the same college a couple years later, and I did a 1-year post-grad certificate in PR and corporate communications. Yes. So next question, what kind of careers do you hope to end up in? So we'll do that part. The next part is a fun part. So I'm kind of doing what I want. Like, I don't really know what I want to end up in, but I'm kind of doing what I currently am enjoying.
Yeah, I feel like I would say the same. Like, still digital content production is what I would classify what I do mostly.
Yeah. Like so I'm a social media and content specialist. So I create content and I manage social media accounts and stuff, which is like right now is exactly what I want to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm sure that'll change. It's changed before I went back to school. So
Yeah, I would say just more of what we're doing.
yeah, I'm not a big like planner of like in 10 years I want to be doing this. I'm more of a let's go through the like right now this is good. If I get sick of this, we'll figure it out then.
And because I also feel like both of us are kind of in industries that are quickly evolving continuously and still pretty new, like social media, digital content, all that. It's still going through a lot of growth and change and doesn't really know what it is yet in a lot of ways. So it's hard to even know.
Exactly. Yeah. I will say, I think both of us agree that we would like TMG to be a bigger part of our careers, probably. But, you know, for now, it is what it is. So next one from Christy was fave snacks at the moment, which I love that question. President's Choice plant-based dips and crackers.
I'll go with this one.
Yeah, like I mean, I love the like clown popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
That, a good ketchup chip from No Name, or crackers and dip. That is like my go-to snacks almost always.
Yummy.
So next question is, what are the best hotels / cities / countries you've been to for vegan options? So full disclaimer, we haven't traveled that much as vegans.
No, I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. I'm to be honest, I'm not much of a traveler. I've never been outside of the US or Canada. That's like just kind of like, I don't know. It's hard for me to spend thousands of dollars on travel.
Yeah. And the only place really other than like Vancouver is Costa Rica that I went to like a year and a half ago. I don't remember exactly where in Costa Rica we were, but there's a blog post on our blog about the trip. And we stayed in our own condo place, but we went to the grocery store, we went to a few restaurants, and there were pretty good options, especially at the grocery store. I was some really good stuff. And so it wasn't that hard to be vegan there. I would go try more stuff that they have. I think they got a good vegan scene.
Yeah, and like Canadian cities, like Vancouver's obviously great for vegan food.
Yeah.
Toronto, again, like I know I live here, but it's obviously great for vegan food. And Montreal is legit my favorite place for vegan food. They have such good food there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think I've been anywhere else as a vegan. I just keep going back to Montreal because I love it.
Yeah.
Like anytime I need to get out of the city, I don't like book a trip anywhere other than Montreal.
Yeah, and I go to Vancouver.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're just not much of travelers, but I want to be more of a traveler in the future. Go to a couple more places, but again, I won't ever be the person that's been like to every country.
Yeah, and I feel both of us would pick places based on the food.
Yeah, with a little exceptions for a couple places that I've always just wanted to go to, but
yeah.
Okay, so someone says, I would love to know more about you, your hobbies, favorite activities, and Netflix series you're watching. So hobbies, 2 market girls.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Both of us cook a lot. Devin now cooks way more than she used to.
Yeah.
So both of us cook a lot. Videography and photography, even though we do it for part of our jobs too, I think is a hobby as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like Catherine said, I really like baking little cakes right now. That's kind of my arts and crafts. That's how we treat it. Other stuff, podcasts. I'm either listening to them or writing about them or reading about them. That's I would consider that a hobby, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I like writing a lot. Don't do it much anymore, but I used to like writing a lot. And I like, I've been drawing a lot more. Drawing has been a fun hobby, but I don't know. I don't think either of us have that much time for hobbies.
At least
as sad as it sounds, but
yeah, not consistent ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Weirdly enough, I like going to the grocery store.
Yes.
Or like I like going to a new food place or like trying something new. Like I don't know. I kind of do the things that I like to do, and they're not really hobbies because I kind of do them for my job too. So I don't know. What are some things you've been watching on Netflix?
Okay, so this one isn't on Netflix. It's on Apple TV, but it's Ted Lasso.
Never heard of it.
I know I'm late to the party though, because like everyone talks about how good the show is, and 100% it lives up to it.
Really?
Yeah. It's just like, it's the perfect, optimistic, heartwarming energy like we all really, really need right now, to the point where like it's only 10 episodes, but I need to like rewatch it, inject it into my veins. It's so good.
I will say, like, I feel like I am so, like, I know nothing that's on Apple TV. Nothing.
Well, it's not great. I don't like the app at all. It's crashes.
Oh yeah, I've heard it's trash.
It crashes all the time, but like that show alone makes it worth it. The rest of it, no.
Yeah, I don't know what I've been watching lately. I've been watching a lot of documentaries and they're depressing. So I'm the complete opposite of Devin right now. A lot of stuff, like I just finished watching, I think it's called Broken, and it's about like certain industries, like there's the makeup industry, and it talks about like the knockoff makeup and how they're like putting dangerous substances in to be able to sell like a Kylie kit for like $10, but it's fake, and it's like giving people terrible like side effects. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of that. I also watched The Social Dilemma recently.
Oh.
Which like great documentary, a lot of useful information, very interesting. But like I hated the way they did it. They like had like a storyline through the documentary. So they had actors portraying like a child, like a family that was portrayed throughout the whole thing. And I just couldn't help but laugh at the whole thing. Like I feel like it just took away from all the important information they were trying to talk about.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I've been watching this new Food Network show hosted by Guy Fieri called Tournament of Champions. It is so much fun. He basically just brings his the top chefs in his life and all that kind of stuff, like renowned chefs around America, and brings them in to compete against each other in like a bracket style tournament.
Yeah.
Until they kind of get to the final two and all that kind of stuff. But it's all based on randomizer. So he spins like a wheel to see what protein they have to work with and all that kind of stuff. It's very interesting.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna have to do that?
Yeah, I think it would be so much fun. But yeah, so I watch documentaries and cooking shows. I've also been watching the newest season of Hell's Kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah, I did watch Raya and the Last Dragon. So good. I loved it. Yeah, it was so good. Aquafina is hilarious in it. She's so good. Highly recommend.
Okay, that's on my list because I've been watching like a lot of Disney stuff in general.
Yeah,
like WandaVision, and now I'm watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Damn, Devin, you're more ahead on Marvel than I am.
I know. And then I'm also watching the new Mighty Ducks kids show.
Oh no.
Honestly, I don't know why. I put it on and it's just kind of like comforting.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
Such a cheesy kids Disney show, but also like some of the kids are hilarious. So I just watch it.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I miss Disney. I just haven't repurchased it. I'm kind of waiting for more things of it to come out so I can maybe just get it for a month and watch a bunch of stuff and then not have it again.
Yeah.
Okay, and then somebody asked, how do you create Instagram Reels? It's hard to answer that. Like, we don't really do anything that special. We usually just take the footage that we film from videos and turn it into Reels.
Yeah, when we have more time, sometimes we'll film like specific videos for Reels and either we'll use our phones or use our actual cameras and just shoot vertical, edit them together on Premiere. And that's pretty much it. But we don't do it that much. Like,
no. And I also would never ever use the in-app editor because it's horrible. So bad. So yeah, we edit everything off of Instagram and then just import it as a finished video because it's too painful to use Instagram editor.
Yeah, and your phone just
yeah. Okay, now this is from Jessie, our biggest fan. She said, if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, well, I've always said sandwiches because there's a lot of variety in this.
I know
sandwiches.
Yeah, I don't remember what I said, but I'd probably say pizza. Most
recently, you did say pizza in a video.
Yeah, because you can also make pizza in a variety of ways, right? So I think pizza is how can you go wrong with pizza?
Same with sandwiches. We're very strategic.
Yeah. Okay, so these are our questions from our YouTube community page. So one of the questions from Miranda is, what is something you would tell your newly vegan self?
You don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, I think I think I would tell myself, try not to, like, it doesn't have to be healthy all the time.
Yeah, it's not just about salads and smoothies.
Yeah, like you can eat more than just raw food.
Mm-hmm.
And like avocados is the base to your dressings. Like, I don't know, like I don't think I did my vegan transition that bad. Like I didn't really struggle with it all that much. But yeah, so I think I would just say just to not like just live your life. Just don't focus on the like small things. Just, just live your life.
Yeah, and don't focus on necessarily finding exact replicas. Focus on finding things that taste good.
Yeah. Next question. What is the strangest thing you've had to deal with as YouTubers?
I don't know. Our subscriber count not going up, our views being super low.
Honestly, yeah, the like analytical side of YouTube and the like algorithm side of YouTube is so stressful.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, growth on YouTube really sucks. I hate it. I wouldn't call it strange, but like one of the hardest things is when people comment on your bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't get a lot of those, but every once in a while, like it's really sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then YouTube side of things, just all of YouTube as a whole. It's just strange. How to figure out how to work YouTube. It's difficult.
Yeah, like when people are like, you should have more views. Why aren't more people looking at this? I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. And then someone said, where would you individually like to be in a few years' time?
Not
out of quarantine.
Yeah, I don't want to be individual.
I want to be with people. Yeah, I don't really know the answer to that question.
No, either.
I don't know. Sorry, we don't have an actual answer for you, but I think my honest answer is I have no idea.
Yeah, it's extra hard to figure that out now.
Yeah, I don't even know what the world's going to look like in a few years. So the next one's a good one, very related to quarantine and all this stuff going on. How do you keep connected as friends, especially at a distance?
Only because we have a YouTube channel.
I will say, like, honestly, like if we didn't run the YouTube channel together, we wouldn't be as connected as we are now.
Yeah, you're probably the friend I have like the most consistent conversations with, and obviously actual calls with. Like I actually see you on a regular basis.
Yeah,
say that for most people.
Yeah, like I don't know, like because we have to kind of hang out almost every weekend to film content. Not that like it feels forced, but like we have something that we're doing together, so there's a reason to stay connected. So maybe that's something like that. If you're trying to stay connected with your friends, like build, even if it's not like don't start a YouTube channel just to hang out, but like, set in your calendar monthly hangouts instead of like we're horrible at this where we'll hang out with a friend, like we have to do this next month, but then no one sets anything up.
Yeah,
so then 3 months later we're like, oh right, we forgot.
Terrible with the follow through. Always like, we gotta hang out. Nobody sends a link. It doesn't happen.
But yeah, and then also like Devin and I text throughout the week like all the time. Like we'll send each other like links to things and all that kind of stuff all the time anyway. So I don't know, it hasn't really been a struggle.
Yeah, but I do think our circumstances are the exception to like every other.
Yes. Yeah, I will say, like if I think of like all my other friends, it's very difficult to stay in contact with people. I think at the beginning we were hanging out a lot more with people virtually and like all that kind of stuff, and then people got used to virtual life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in general, even when the pandemic isn't a thing, it's hard to stay in touch with people.
Oh yeah.
So
as you get older, everybody gets busier and everybody's schedules get more and more out of sync. Like when you're younger, you're all in school or you're all just out of school, it's easier to sync up, but all of us have such varying schedules these days that
and like we're all in completely different fields and all this kind of stuff that like like it also like I think it also helps Devin and I that we basically do the same thing outside of this as well. So yeah, it's harder, like you said, like when you're in high school, you have this thing that kind of like unites you all because you have this one big thing in common. You don't have that anymore. So even like your best friends, you don't really stay in contact with as much as you did like in high school when you saw each other every single day.
Yeah, and we all live in different cities too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's difficult, but like I don't ever actually see a problem with it. Like I wish sometimes that I could like talk to people and keep in touch with people more. But like I'm also like anytime like it goes a longer distance and I chat with them, I was like, it doesn't feel like it's been that bad anyways.
Yeah.
Like I think your strongest relationships for the most part, again, everyone's situation is different, but at least my strongest relationships have always been able to last even like months of not talking to each other. So
exactly. Yeah. Like one of our best friends moved across the country 5 years ago. And I don't think that friendship it's different, but it doesn't feel any weaker. If anything, it's stronger, but just it presents in different ways a lot of the time. But as soon as we're back together again, it's all normal, you know?
Exactly. We still feel like we're in high school.
Yeah.
Playing pranks on her parents. Okay. Next question is, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? I will say I'm pretty happy living in Toronto. I like the GTA area, but Montreal, without a doubt. If speaking French wasn't a barrier, I'd be there now.
Yeah. Like I do think GTA is a pretty sweet place to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I could move out west, but like to live there for like maybe a brief set of time would be, I could do that.
Yeah, I will say if like there was no barriers, like we didn't have to take into consideration work or anything, like I would still probably live in the GTA. It just probably wouldn't be downtown. Yeah. Like I'd probably live somewhere a little bit more suburban or a little quieter, just like because I don't love the city, but it's just more convenient. And then last ones are from our patrons, specifically John. I think John was the only one who left questions. Okay, so it says, if you could have anyone, past or present, cook you a vegan meal, who would it be? And it doesn't have to be a vegan chef.
But they're gonna cook the meal?
Yeah, they're gonna cook the meal and it's gonna be vegan and it could be anyone.
What if they're bad at it?
That's the chance you take. That's like a really interesting question. Like, I don't know.
I'm just trying to think of chefs that I like right now. They're not vegan though, like Roy Choi.
Oh, actually, Roy Choi would be a fun one to see, because he's been dipping into like more veggie and vegan things anyways. Yeah. So Roy Choi would be a very cool one.
Yeah, I feel like right now I'm just gonna go with Roy Choi, and as a second, it would probably be Samin Nosrat.
Oh yes.
Also not a vegan chef, but our food still I would think.
Yeah, and I will say like a little more local and like smaller, but I want Lisa Kitahara to make me food.
Mm-hmm.
All of her food looks so good, and I just want her. I want to know what it's supposed to taste like.
Mm-hmm.
But I would agree with your two choices as well. I think we also like. I think our chef inspirations like follow with each other.
Yeah, definitely.
I also wouldn't mind getting a meal cooked by Jon Favreau.
I know, I was thinking that too.
He's so passionate about food, and I know he's not a chef, but I want to taste what he makes.
And then can we have like dessert from Christina Tosi?
Yes. So we didn't pick one, we picked many.
Whoops, it's a party.
Okay, and then so his next question is, COVID is over and you can go anywhere in the world, all expenses paid, where do you go? I think so I've been watching a lot of like food travel shows. Mm-hmm. And I think my answer is going to be Malta. Like I'm from Malta. Mm-hmm. Like my mom is from Malta. And like I just watched a show about Malta, which you very rarely see a show about Malta. Yeah. People seem to forget about it a lot. And it was all about the food there and everything. And like a lot of it is not vegan, but it just looked so great. They also produce salt there.
Right.
And they do like, there's so many cool things that go on there. They also have like this really famous chef there. That's kind of like the Julia Child of Malta. And I just want to go there. It seems like such a nice place to go.
Oh, that's so cool.
I think that's where I'd pick.
I feel like there's so many places, but if it's going to be like all expenses.
But I also feel like you can't go wrong. Like there's so many places you can't go wrong with like picking anywhere to go for free.
I'm tempted to say Italy right now, even though that could change next week. Good food.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Like I've never been anywhere in Europe, so
yes,
I've also see what that world is like.
Yeah, that's fair. I've also always wanted to go to Vietnam.
Oh,
always wanted to.
Yeah,
Okay, so this one's specifically for, I guess, both of us, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. In 25 words or less, which I'm not going to pay attention to the word count, sorry, John. Please explain why blueberries are far superior to mangoes.
Oh my God, no, John. In what world? In what world?
Yeah, like I completely 100% disagree with this. I don't think I physically can explain this because I don't know why anyone would pick blueberries over mangoes.
No, you should seek help. Mangoes are superior to almost every fruit.
Almost, or all fruit? It's hard. I think there are some times when you get like a really good strawberry that you could be like, yeah, you know what? Strawberries are really good. But yeah, no, mangoes are just so good.
And because mango flavored things also tend to be like really good. So I feel like that should count towards how great it is.
Yeah, blueberry flavored things. There's not very many of them. So blueberry cheesecake's not too bad. I like a blueberry cheesecake.
Yeah, I like blueberries. I like blueberry desserts. I have nothing against blueberries. But mangoes are up here. Blueberries are down here.
I'm not a blueberry person.
These are just facts.
Just straight facts. So that did not answer your question, but
question put to rest.
Yeah. Final question: where's Hutch? Is he even real? He is real. I don't know. He just never wanted to be on video, so I think like this. I know this was more of a playful question, but I may have to take it seriously. He's never really wanted to be on video, and I feel like I need to respect that his privacy in that. So like the most at this point in time you'll probably see or hear is just his voice from the other side of the room. You might, maybe one day we'll be able to get him on the podcast because it's just a voice thing. But for now, he probably won't be, unless he's in like the background or random clips of things. He's not going to be in a video just because he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I think you got to respect everybody's privacy, especially when it comes to things on the internet. So
yeah. I think it's safe to say he's real for like how many times you accidentally almost call me Hutch.
Yeah. I swear, if he's imaginary, that is like the most real imaginary boyfriend ever. But yeah, that's all the questions. We actually got so many. So that was so nice. I hope it enlightens you to who we are as people. We're wonderful people.
If there was more questions that you thought of after this, leave them in the comments because we'll still answer them in the comments, or we'll answer them on the podcast or another video.
Yeah.
You never know. And if you do, like, if you ask these because you want to get to know us better, I would say also listen to the podcast because you definitely get more opportunity to get to know us on the podcast.
A lot more real and like raw because like, well, like you really learn about the things I hate and the things that I'm passionate about disliking.
For better or worse, you get more.
Yeah, no, I think it's more of a flowy conversation. So you definitely get a lot more of our personalities in the podcast.
Yeah, but that's linked below. Cam reads first. Go check it out. That's it. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. And that's all.
Bye.
Cues have been aid.
Weird.